I'm Chris Peacock, and this is Veronica Mars, Season 1, Episode 2, Credit Where Credit's Due. In the first episode, we met Veronica and her father, who is a private eye. I was going to say private detective. Same thing, I guess. And he, I was thinking at first maybe he wasn't very good at his job because it seemed like Veronica did a lot of it. But apparently he actually is very good at his job, but Veronica just helps him out as well. I think he takes more cases than he really has time for. Maybe not. Anyway, he got a new case where this rich lady wanted him to follow her husband because she suspected that her husband was cheating on her. And it turns out that the rich lady and the husband were the mother and father of, I believe, Veronica's ex-boyfriend, and a friend of Veronica's who had been murdered named Lily. And she had been murdered a while ago, not like that day or the day before or anything. It wasn't a recent murder. So just trying to see how well I remember it. I should watch these in bigger chunks. Anyway, Veronica made a new friend who was a new student at the school. He was getting picked on by the biker gang. Veronica took care of that. And I remember being surprised that the show was not so much case of the week. It was an overarching case for the season. There still might be some case of the week kind of things. Well, we'll find out. But right now, Veronica has found out that the woman who was with the may or may not have been cheating husband was her own mother, who had left after the murder of Lily. Not immediately after, but shortly after the murder of Lily, when her husband, who was not a private detective at the time, he was the sheriff, suspected the father, Lily's father, as being the murderer. And the new sheriff caught somebody else. So Keith Mars was disgraced, and now Veronica has seen her mother, well, not seen her mother, but her mother's car, and Keith recognized the license plate, so Veronica now knows that it was her mother that he was meeting with, and she doesn't know if it was because they were having an affair, or if there's something else behind it. I'm suspecting that there's something else behind it. Anyway, I have remembered as much as I'm going to remember. I don't think I missed anything too important. So let's begin the episode. I forgot to mention, and the previous Leon didn't mention it either, Veronica had been raped at a party, and she hasn't told her dad. She did try reporting it to the police, but the new sheriff laughed it off. He's kind of a jerk. Anyway, let's go.
Hey, who's your date, man?
It's Troy Vandergraaf. His father's the architect who built the county museum.
Oh.
I didn't know Paris Hilton was in this.
Troy, this is Logan.
Have I ever asked you if I could come play through at Torrey Pines? Have you ever run into me surfing down at Cape Crescent, bro? Huh? Have you ever even once come home to find us throwing a kegger in your backyard? No? Then what the hell do you think you're doing on our beach?
It's nice, right? It's clean, well kept. Yeah. Do you want to know why? It's because Weevil's grandma keeps it that way. She is a good little worker, your grandma. Yeah, spick and span.
Want your IDs out? Go. And everyone remain where you are.
And they're gone.
We gonna go after them?
No.
Nah, let's get out, get the kegs. Tell the guys cook out of my place tomorrow night.
What a great sheriff.
Letitia Navarro, I got a warrant for your arrest. You need to come with us.
Come on, what's your problem? You want me to be a man about it?
What are the charges?
Credit card fraud.
I don't think it was either of them. I mean, I know it wasn't the grandma, but I don't think it was Eli either.
He goes to your school. You mind taking point on this for a few days at least? I'm working on something.
see what I can find.
Ray Lee Hempstead denied bail earlier this week after his arrest for manslaughter. Broke out the back windshield of a Balboa County Sheriff's Department cruiser and fled on foot.
Meeks and Johnson lost him. I think those are 2 guys you hired.
You know, honey, that's leadership. Way to stand up on your own 2 feet, Len, and say, hey, the buck stops there.
We've got an eyewitness and phone records that have him nowhere near the house. And all the Canes, in fact, were accounted for at the time of the murder. What's that? Nothing to say to that, right? Sax, we got our order ready?
Good luck with that fugitive, Don.
Hope he kills you.
Smell you later. I need you to copy all of Weevil's attendance records from this past month and get them to me.
Do I look like James Bond?
Am I asking you to retrieve a nuclear warhead? No.
It really wouldn't be that hard. This is a school. And it's not even a private school, even though it has a bunch of rich kids at it.
Really be more comfortable if I could just use my own camera. The swivel LCD really comes in handy when you're doing overhead shooting or ground level macro shooting. Right. The optical zoom actually goes up to 71.2 millimeters, and it's good to have the raw file option because you can mess with the images post-exposure without nearly the loss of image quality you'd get with a JPEG file.
Duncan Kane, this is Veronica. Veronica is going to be taking pictures tomorrow, and I arranged for you to ride with Bodhi's parents.
I'll drive.
Great, maybe Veronica can...
I can drive too.
Okay, oil crisis be damned.
Told you that wouldn't be
Half
very
of these
hard.
credit card purchases are
Took
online
you 2
orders,
seconds.
and the ones that were made on school days were made between 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. That's 4th period. But think about this. How can a guy who, according to these records, was in auto shop 7 of the 8 days these purchases were made, manage to make online orders?
Aren't you supposed to be trying to prove he did it so you can get his grandma out of jail?
But it's impossible. There's no internet connection in auto shop.
It can't be hard for him to just slip out of there.
7 times?
Cliff just got back from the courthouse.
They released Letty Navarro a couple hours ago.
That's great.
They released her because Eli Weevil Navarro came in and confessed to the crime.
Well, just for his grandma, not because he did it.
Just sign up for newspaper so you could be around Duncan.
No. I'm here so I can be closer to you. In fact, they're thinking of putting me in your 4th period government class.
We've got computer lab, 4th period.
Oh, shoot. My loss.
What a genius.
Wait, the Neptune Grand. Logan visited the Neptune Grand Hotel website. He didn't make reservations online, but there's a charge on the credit card for the honeymoon suite.
Something happened to your... What?
Bummer.
Didn't even notice.
Flat?
Just as God made me.
Are you always this persnickety?
Sometimes I'm even persnicketier.
Oh my god.
Much, how are you doing?
Good.
That's the stupidest thing.
Go ahead. Finish this up. Throw tools in the trunk.
Chivalry not dead. Good to know. I'm right over here.
I should have walked to Gold Coast. It's only 30 miles, but with the awkward silence, it feels like 300. In 5 seconds, I'm just gonna do the Charlie's Angel roll right out of the moving car.
Why'd you join Pep Squad, Veronica?
The PE credit.
You know, she's still gonna be in every episode.
Veronica,
Just in
too
flashbacks.
much pep. I needed a pep outlet. Plus, Sassy says girls who join the clubs really get the fellas.
Is this that sheriff?
Wonderful.
Okay, no, it's not.
License and registration.
Even if it's the sheriff's office, it's not him.
Bunch of parking tickets and a moving violation dated October 3rd.
They want to impound the car.
You'd think the family would have... I mean, they're rich. They would have had that taken care of by now.
The last time my dad and Jake Kane were in the same place at the same time was in a sheriff's department interrogation room.
I mean, half of me is like, I hope it really wasn't this father. And the other half of me is, I hope it really was. For Veronica's father, I hope it was this father. I don't know what this... Jake? Is that what his name was? For Veronica's father's sake, I hope it was him. I know it isn't who was arrested. Absolutely, that I'm 100% certain of. But I'm really just kind of hoping it's someone we haven't met yet. Like, we'll figure it out by the end of the season, but it's not him, and it's also not the guy who got arrested.
Jake went to the press, the adoring press, tears in his eyes, and told the world how much he missed his baby and how he was wrongfully accused. The fine people of Neptune gathered their pitchforks and torches, stormed the county commissioner's office, and ran Dad out of office. I could stand by my dad, or stand by Duncan and my dead best friend's family. I chose Dad. Maybe Dad screwed up the investigation. Maybe I gave up my circle of friends, my life, over an error in Dad's judgment.
Are you and Duncan started?
School assignment, that's all. Can we stop by the Neptune Grand?
What for?
The Navarro case. I need a little help.
We need to talk to somebody in security right now. Right now!
Will you back off and let me handle it?
You handle it, or I handle it, or we're gonna get to the bottom of this right now!
If you just stand over there, you're scaring people. I'm pregnant.
Okay.
Here's the thing. The next part's a little embarrassing. I don't remember the guy's name. Or what he looks like.
This is great.
Here's the credit card bill. He had me pay for the room.
Let me go talk to a manager.
A little bit of time.
Think it worked? A little bit? I can bring it down. You try.
That was great.
You try being bad cop. It's easier being good cop than it is bad.
Don't laugh, Veronica. He's being stern with you.
I'm sorry, but we only keep video surveillance for 2 weeks. But I did get your detailed bill summary.
Guess who signed for room service in a room charged to the Eccles family credit card? Logan's girlfriend, Caitlin Ford.
Oh, it was Paris Hilton? I knew it was Paris Hilton. I had no idea.
I believe you misplaced this.
Tommy, go on and get him the holding.
Is that the murderer?
Let's go.
Who's she calling at 1 in the morning?
Okay, so he didn't have anything to do with it?
Hey, baby, call me during the school day. That's Darren. You wanna play the silent game? Alright, maybe later we'll play a tickle game if you want. That's cool, I'll just talk. I know you like it. I miss you, Mama. Can't wait to see you.
So one day, you go to pick up your grandma at the Eccles house, and she asks you to take out a bag of trash. And there they are in front of you. Virgin, high-limit, pre-approved credit card applications. Just phone in the confirmation code and start spending. Your cousin Weevil takes the fall for you. So you're promoted.
I didn't want that to happen. We was like my brother.
Your brother is out picking up trash on the highway.
You know what? It's killing me, okay? Once we're gone, then I'll write a confession. I'll send it back. They gotta let Weevil go then.
Chardo, Caitlin Ford is never gonna run away
Brilliant
with you.
plan.
You don't know her.
Oh, I know her. I don't understand why you're doing it. You know that Chardo gave you that pendant, but you're letting Weevil do the time for him?
Eli is still 17. Charlo is 18, and he's got a record. They'd send him to prison. Weevil can do 4 months of duty.
Weevil thinks he's taking the fall for you, Logan Eccles' girlfriend. You must have met her. Caitlin Ford?
I know, not her. She doesn't like her ice cubes made with tap water.
You lost your job, and now Weevil's doing time so that Chardo can take this girl out in style?
I don't know if he'll be happy. He might have wanted to take the fall for his cousin, too.
Veronica Mars, I hear you're to thank for this Kodak moment. Didn't you get the memo? The bad guy was already in jail. Give me some love.
Okay, maybe he doesn't
I
mind.
want to make you something to eat.
It's time to go. It's what we talked
Oh,
about.
boy.
Caitlin, look outside your window. I'm here. What's wrong, baby? Is everything okay?
Okay.
Check it out next.
Let him go.
Logan.
I said let him go.
I want to know what they said.
I'm sorry you had to take the fall. I was gonna get you out. You and me, we're brothers. You're out. Out of the club. Out of my life.
Eli. Eli.
Pull them off before they go too far.
Got it, boy. I want thoughts of Lily's death out of your head. I don't want to pour more into it.
I can handle it.
Let's look at it this way. If I knew what would happen to us, your mom would leave, that school would get tougher for you, I never would have pursued Jake Kane the way I did.
The good thing about visiting Sheriff's Department on a Sunday is that most of the people who work on weekends don't remember me. They're new.
Is there something I can help you with?
Yeah, the insurance company called my dad and said we have an outstanding ticket. There's the license number. Suddenly, none of the Kanes have alibis that hold up. Jake, Celeste, even Duncan. Dad was right. The case doesn't add up. I made a choice a long time ago. Stand by Dad, or stand by the people tearing him down.
Hate to be her.
Yeah, that would suck.
Alright, so I guess it is a little bit case of the week, because we had the Eli case here, which is, again, not a problem. That's what I was expecting in the first place. Although we did further the Lily Kane case, so it still had an overarching season arc. Sticking with the case of the week for a moment, it was very obvious from the beginning that it wasn't Eli, and of course not the grandma. I didn't actually suspect the cousin, though. Actually, I don't even know who I thought it was. I didn't necessarily... I don't have all the names down, so I didn't suspect Jordan? Is that his name? Jordan? I didn't suspect him, because I didn't even know that that was his mother's card. Because I didn't know his name. But anyway, and I didn't suspect Paris Hilton because I didn't know she had anything to do with it either. So I didn't really have a suspect. I just knew it wasn't the suspects. Which, I mean, that's easy in any kind of mystery show. It's never the suspects. And actually, at some point, every once in a blue moon, there'll be an episode where, oh yeah, it was absolutely the first person they thought it was, because we need to throw off the audience, and since it's never the first person we think it is, it'll completely throw them off when it is. So yeah, it does happen every once in a while, but it's rare. Going back to the Lily Kane case, though, if none of the Kanes have an alibi, I don't think it's Duncan. I mean, it might be. I hope it isn't her father, but at the same time, as I already said this, I hope it is for Veronica's father's sake. But I don't know who. That only leaves the mother. And I don't think I have enough information. Like, even if I said the correct answer, like, if I said, oh, the killer was, and then I said a name, and then that ended up being true, that'd just be a lucky guess. Based on the information presented, I don't think it's possible to have the right answer. Unless the right answer is the father, and it's just because Keith did all the work for us. But yeah, this show is very good so far. I don't know why I didn't watch this show when it was on. I don't even know what channel this show was on. What was I doing? I was in high school. I was doing schoolwork. Sure, I was doing schoolwork. I don't know. I think this was post Buffy, so I wasn't watching Buffy instead. I think this was post Buffy. I don't even know what year. I do not know what year it is right now. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna end this here. First 2 episodes have been very good. Hopefully that trend continues. I will see you next time.